Hello, everybody. I am just doing some general readings, nothing specific, not directed towards anybody specific, just doing some general readings. Um, this one is going to be with Alice the Wonderland. Okay, this is the guidebook, and I just thought I would pull out the deck and do some readings. I did a video on this one a while back, the different cards that they have. So I just thought I would pull you guys some cards and see what our messages are today. Again, not all messages are going to resonate with everybody, so take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. That one feels like it wants to come out. I was going to go live today, but the YouTube channel isn't working, so it's not like wanting to connect. So I'm not sure why. It doesn't work with Facebook very well sometimes. Okay, and let's do this one. All right, so let's take a look. We have, oh, isn't that interesting? I think these ones were from the these three. I'm pretty sure these three were the cards that I had picked earlier in the group reading. So for the page. So interesting, but they're not in the same order. So that's really interesting. Okay. Um, so we have I wonder what will happen next. Ready to adventure. Hmm. Precise of change. Pause before action. So this is saying that there is definitely, like, she's reading her book, right? So this could be like your life journey kind of thing. It could mean like you're pausing and you're stopping because maybe you're not really sure what's supposed to happen next. Um, are are you writing your story or are you allowing somebody else to write your story? So like this card is asking you, are you worried about what's going to happen next, or do you feel that you are confident that everything will work out? Um, it says ready to adventure. So you have come to a point where you are ready for change. You have maybe you've been ready for a long time and you've just been a very patient person and just trying to wait for the better things. That kind of looks like Humpty Dumpty on the wall back there, doesn't it? Like Humpty Dumpty's gonna fall. Um, but that's behind her. Like she is done with the whole being afraid of of falling, being afraid of fear. Like her fear, like whatever has happened, uh, there is no fear. Like she's not looking behind her; she's looking ahead of her. So she has no care about what's going on right now with this whole situation. Like she is focused on right now, and in the focusing of right now, she kind of paused and she's like, okay, so I read this much of everything. What's going to happen next? Um, and she kind of has this anticipation for what could possibly take place in the next few pages. Now, if this is a journal and you're journaling, then you are the one that determines what happens next. And based on the words of the cards, it's an adventure. There's a lot of action that's going to take place. I think it's one of these where the seasons are changing and things around you are changing and There's two cats you can see here. So there's lions back here and a rabbit. You are protected by nature, the elements. She doesn't look like she's afraid at all. She's just kind of maybe disgusted, done, change, like she's over whatever is going on and she's just in her pause moment. So this is saying that change will come, but take a break. You don't have to read this all at once. You don't have to rush anything. Maybe there's nothing going on for her right now. So she's just relaxing and she doesn't have anything to do. So this is all about just taking time to just pause and maybe reflect on what she read. Think about what she read so that she remembers the importance of everything, which is one of the things that we need to remember to do is everything is a lesson. And sometimes we need to pause so that we can look through the things and understand what the lessons were. You are rare and free. There are not many like you. So, yeah, I mean, there are billions of people on this earth in many different places, and everybody is made with a purpose. But maybe you have worked really hard past your purpose. Like maybe you've taken the time to love and open your heart, and you've taken risks to have your heart broken. Maybe you've taken time to learn who you are and to do the things that most people around you would never think of doing. Maybe you have faced your fears and you've overcome things that many people around you would never had been able to do, but you did it and you showed them strength and the levels of compassion and love and dedication. So you have chosen to expand your life with experiences and with viewpoints. So what you have done has made you a rare and free person. You not very much can hold you back on the situations. You are well aware of what could happen, but the freedom that comes from no longer experiencing some things is worth it to you. So we have investigate, look closely, ask questions, think before acting. So this one is telling you it's very important to not rush into any changes. Look at everything. I mean, you could see behind her like there's like burning going on. There's um a lady that looks like she's got a hat on her head with like all these interesting duties up here. And so like she's been through a lot. She has seen a lot. She's experienced a lot. There are things that might not make sense. So this is basically saying to investigate the situations before you act upon them. Trust the universe. When things don't make sense, trust the universe because the universe knows what it's doing. We say, oh, the world's coming to an end and this is happening and that's happening, but we are forgetting that we are in space and we exist when virtually it's impossible to exist in what we have. So and maybe way before us people existed and our ancestors and their ancestors and their ancestors existed. So don't allow yourself to get caught up in this. like the news and things like this, the scary stuff. Like, don't allow yourself to get caught up in those things. Take your time to think before you act. You want to make sure that you have a plan, some kind of a plan, so that you're not just winging it. And don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask the universe questions. Don't be afraid. I think that's what comes back to this one too, is like you are not afraid to ask the questions that a lot of people are afraid to ask. And because you're not afraid to ask those questions, you receive the freedom that many have not been able to receive, because you are willing to go against the traditional ways of teachings and things, and you're willing to ask the universe and the creator the questions that you need the answers to help you on your path. um, Investigate means that you want to find your own truth. It doesn't necessarily mean that other people's truths are going to be your truth. When you investigate something, you're investigating it for your own understanding and your own satisfaction. So when you investigate something, you might you might find out certain things that other people might not see. Not everybody looks at the same picture and sees the same thing. So do your own investigations, but don't expect other people to understand what you're coming from, where you're saying things from. Maybe this is meant for you and you only, and that's why, it comes with the freedom that you've received. So not everybody might understand uh, what you see and what you feel and how you feel. Like, they might not be able to comprehend it because it's not their truth. It's your truth, right? So we have all must have prizes, trying to please everyone. There there is there is a time when we have to understand that we cannot please everybody. Trying to please everybody in return can cause us great sadness and depression, and it can change our life path. And sometimes when that happens, it can cause a lot of chaos in our lives. It can change a lot of things, not necessarily for the good. um, But if you're trying to make sure everybody has a prize, then you're trying to make sure everybody feels equal, and you can't control everybody's emotions. Some people might be perfectly happy with not having a prize. They might not need a prize, where other people might feel that the prize isn't good enough. So you have to trust the universe with this one. It's not your job to give everybody a prize. You can't please everyone. You're just one person, and no matter what you do, you're always going to find somebody that has a problem with something. So the main thing is go inward and ask yourself, are you happy about this situation? Is it working for you? What can you do to make yourself the highest being that you can be for your situation and for those around you? When you reward yourself, you automatically reward others, because your energy changes, which in return changes the energy around you. So instead of trying to please everybody, work on yourself and let that frequency flow out from you. And whoever comes in contact with you, they're going to get some kind of a reward from it, because you are working on yourself versus trying to work on everybody else, kind of thing. So um, try not to overcompensate on certain situations, because sometimes it doesn't make a difference, is what I'm trying to say. Like, sometimes it doesn't matter if you give everybody a prize, it still doesn't change the end results of things. So sometimes it's better just to give the prize where the prize is best known, and thank everybody for their participation, kind of thing. But When you focus on you, and that's not selfish. When a lot of people think that when you focus on yourself, that's being selfish. No, it's not. You can't pour from an empty glass. If people keep coming to you wanting, 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 and you have nothing left inside of yourself, then you are not giving anybody anything, including yourself. So when you are at your optimal performance, you in return are the prize for everybody that comes in contact with you because they're going to get the best of you, right? And those that don't like that, they just need to find another place to go, find another situation. Not everybody is meant to be in your circle. Okay, so that is from our Alice reading, Alice the Wonderland Oracle. And I am going to pull a reading from Temple of Balance just to compare the two. I haven't used this one in a while. This is from Leanne Peters. She's from the Temple of Balance in Australia. These are her own cards, her own artwork. She done all of these. I don't know if she still has these cards. These were the this was the deck that I saw at one of her art exhibits online, and I bought it. So I don't really know if she still has this deck available. Um, but I like her decks because she does all the artwork. It's actually her that puts the work into the cards. So I like that. And she also is an energy worker and things as well. So I feel like her cards are set for good energy and good heart purpose. So let's take a look. We have the tree spirit. See current situations and people from a fun, loving perspective. Have some fun. So this one is telling you everything is happening for a purpose, for a reason. Some things might seem chaotic, but it's all for good. It's all for good. It's all for good reason. You're expanding, they're expanding. The tree, it goes down into the earth, but it goes up into the sky. And often the trees offer shade, they offer fruit, they offer beautiful colors. So like the this tree spirit is saying to you, you know, be your best self where you are. A tree usually doesn't get up and walk away, right? It's got roots, it stays, and it usually gets grows very, very old. And so the tree is telling you, wherever you are, make your roots strong, make your foundation strong, and be the best that you can be. Weather the storms and find the fun in every situation. Don't let situations steal the spark from you. You have a spark that is fun and loving and kind, and don't let anything or anyone steal that from you. Okay. So keep a fun, loving perspective and keep a positive outlook on things. Your swan is calling you forward, gentle, enticing you to take peaceful action. Be guided by your intuition. So swans mate for life when they have a mate. They do like a swan dance with each other. And this is this is telling you that like there's like a half a heart here, and the other half is kind of missing because the other swan is missing, the unity is missing. So this is telling you to move forward, be gentle, and be calm with your steps. Don't force anything. Know that the universe will work with you. It knows what you're seeking and it will deliver, but you have to move with love and the intention of love, and trust that as you move forward, the universe will reveal what is meant for you, what is meant to come to you. and take peaceful actions. If others are causing you grief, try to be the one that stays peaceful in this situation. Okay, try to be the fun, peaceful spirit. Try not to allow other people to force you to make decisions out of guilt or force you to make decisions out of what they want. It says to follow your intuition. Sometimes following your intuition also means not to tell anybody anything. Sometimes you can be a spoiler of your own desires. So following your intuition could be something that you keep between you and source, you and God, or you and your angels and ascended masters, or who you pull close to you. it, you don't always have to tell people your intentions and your intuition and your guidance, because sometimes if they're not for your best interest, they will try to tell you the opposite. And then we have dolphins. So this is all about emotions. The dolphin calls to you. Listen to those stirring within your heart. A time of great emotional healing. So there's a lot of emotional healing going on here. Um, Maybe there's a separation between you and another person because there's only like one swan and it's like a half a heart. So maybe you have to do some really deep healing here to recover from a situation that 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 is no longer serving you, or a situation that maybe you haven't fully healed from, and the universe is asking you to see it from a place of in love, and don't allow yourself to get into a state of depression, but kind of like allow the healing to continue because it's important. There's others around you that are going to help you, whether it's spiritual or physical, that will help you get through these healings, right? So definitely don't stop on them. Be well aware of your intuition. Listen carefully with your intuition. This one is giraffe, sacred bond. Stretch your neck out and try new ways of expressing and communicating. You have a very sacred bond with the universe. It has heard you. It has transformed you once, and it has transformed you again, and it will transform you again because you have this sacred bond. It knows that that you are aware that it can sustain you and that it can support you and that it can be there when everything else fails. So there is this um, awareness, and you're still young, you're still growing, you still got life ahead of you, and you're being taught many different things right now. So be be aware of the transformation that's taking place in front of you. I feel like maybe, this was the worm that came back to say hello to the giraffe, and the giraffe is bigger and the worm is different, and now it's a cat, it's a butterfly, and you know, but yet it's all still being protected over the 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 mother. So this kind of reminds me of like Mother Earth. There are changes. We are getting older, we're growing, things are changing. Other things around us are changing. Everything's evolving, but there's a sacred bond there. So let go of fear, let go of worry. Know that you're in the right place. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing at this particular time. Keep your heart open to new ways of expressing and loving, and this time around, try to keep a lot of things sacred and a lot of things intuitive, and maybe, be really, really careful who you tell anything to, because you might you might need that inner quietness without external views or judgment or um, anticipation of what you're going to do next kind of thing. It might just be nice just to kind of like have that conversation with yourself. Like I said, if you can journal, journaling is a really good thing. If you can put it in a place where nobody else is going to read it but you, and you don't have to deal with those kind of conflicts. Of course, nobody should read anything that you write unless you give permission. So if you write something and somebody reads it without your permission, um, then then they're not respecting your boundaries, and that's important to be aware of. So be aware of sudden actions, behaviors. Have fun with this situation. Try not to take things too serious right now. There's a lot of energies going on, so try not to take things too serious. Always be grateful. Always send gratitude to everything, because everything is bringing you to where you need to be, right? And there is our reading from the guidance from our friends in spirit. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a wonderful evening, day. Bye.